The new Cognos interface has received a complete makeover. We now have an application bar at the top, and our exploration bar is now at the left-hand side. Here we'll find tools that allow us to navigate in our Cognos. What used to be called My Folders is now My Content. What used to be called Public Folders is Team Content. And our recent files will be accessed also in this Explorer bar. You'll notice also that your Manage and your creating of your new objects are found on that Explorer bar on the left. Once we've chosen our source for our report, now we can go to the New button. Actually, that's what it's called. And select the type of report that we want to create, or the type of container we want for this report. In this particular case, I'll choose List, and we can give both the list as well as the query its name, and then I can go into my source data and start populating the report. When you're working with crosstabs, you can add objects or additional objects to the drop zones of either the rows or columns. When you drop them in, for instance, I'm dropping in the order method type. At this point here, I could do it as a peer to product line, or I could do it as a child, as a nested child. So that for this conditional formatting report, I took the value for high, which was greater than 10 million, and I colored it green. So there it says that particular value is set to high. And then for the low, which is under 5 million, that one I set as red. So the result of this report, looking at the data, is we can see that the high values greater than 10 million are indeed green, while the under 5 million are red. And in Framework Manager, we have a really neat tool that will let us look at the cardinality that we need to see, excluding all the other cardinality. So we can choose simply the query subjects that we want to see linked, and launch the Context Explorer. And you see it'll only give me the cardinality of these query subjects. And the query subjects that have that little cylinder, those are called the data source query subjects, while those that don't, they're model query subjects. Now, one of the best practices, a very important best practice, is do not modify a data source query subject, because it's going to affect your performance. So if you do need to create, change the cardinality or filters or calculations, don't do it in the data source query subject. Rather, just go into or spin off, create a data source query subject, and you can do all those things in there. And so this is a rule that you need to follow. So that if you want to see the actual activities of a certain user, you can do that with a new interface that's found in Manage Activities. And so calling that up, go to your filter, and from the filter, you would simply say select a user and go to the appropriate namespace. In this one, of course, we've got our Cognos and we've got our LDAP. And from the people, choose the individual that you want to see and add them. And from the Administration console, under the Security tab, here you find all the Cognos groups and roles, and you would simply select the one that you want to modify and go into the properties, and you can add the users that are needed. There's the set members, and actually choose the individuals that you want to add or subtract.